I don't mean this as a diss, but like, I'm so glad that you guys are just as organized about this shit as we are. Like,
it's always a just kind of. I mean, we organize a bit, but pretty,
it's like herding cats with this one, man. I mean,
oh my gosh, you should try to herd Justin.
He always reins me in.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got this. Oh, I'm sorry.
I go Ray over here, and then like Caleb's like, all right, now let's bring it back to Earth.
See, before you popped in, we were talking about how, Matt's always late, and like Caleb was saying, you're always late too. And I was like, oh my God, you guys have that in common too.
I'm always the last to arrive.
Yeah.
So we have an important question for you. We got an important question for Sumo Punx. We want to know, do y'all watch Star Trek?
Yes.
Yes. all of the Star Trek, every Star Trek.
Yeah, I am a huge Deep Space Nine fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We thought we liked you.
I'm tired of hearing how it's not good. It's my favorite one.
It's the best one. It's seriously
really deep. That was really deep. Like, I mean, okay, for me, because Caleb got me into Deep Space Nine, and I at first was like, season 1, I was like, I don't know. Yeah. Like season 1 was kind of mad, but Caleb was like, Justin, trust me, like just get past season 1 and it just fucking takes off.
Yes.
And he was not lying. Like I was hooked. That like I'm a late bloomer. I was always a Star Wars fan. But like this pandemic got me into Deep Space Nine and revived my love for Enterprise and Next Generation, sorry. And
yeah.
And it gave me the time, chilling in the house, it gave me the time to really like appreciate it and go and actually dive into it, not just like half-ass watch the episodes. I was like invested.
Oh, hell yeah.
No.
See,
that's essentially what happened with us too, because I was always like, nah, man, Next Generation is the best iteration of Star Trek that there ever was, like even better than the original. And then the pandemic hits and he starts showing me Deep Space Nine, and after a while of watching it, I'm like, okay, this might actually be better. It's like I grew up with Next Generation, but then this is like, oh, she's doing what with that Klingon now?
What I honestly think makes it better is all the other Star Treks, they solve issues and then they go on to the next mission.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to really happen. Why in the space station, everything they do is going to come around at some point right back and bite them in the ass. Like they can't. Yeah. They're in the same spot.
The whole like Dominion War too.
Yes. And that was so perfect because they really tried for like 5 seasons to like not go to war, and they're like, "Well, fuck it." I can't.
No, whenever I was younger, growing up, I was like, both of my parents are Trekkies, so I like turned into like a Star Wars fan just out of rebellion, I guess. Out of
spite.
But no, don't get me wrong. I love Star Wars. I grew up with Star Wars, and I have a lightsaber. But I had this girlfriend. Whenever I was like 15, 16, and her mom was watching Deep Space Nine, like as it was, like on the air, I was like, well, what are you watching? And I was like, holy shit, the Jem'Hadar, this is badass.
Yeah, the Jem'Hadar were badasses. They were.
Yeah, I couldn't tell my folks though, because I was still rebellious when I was that age. So it wasn't until like I was in my 20s when I was like, okay, well, Dad, I do love Star Trek. What did you think about? And he's like, my son.
I love some Star Trek. Welcome to Lone Star's Sake&Sumo. I am Caleb. This is Justin. And today we have some special guests from Dallas, Sumo Punx. Tell us about yourself, Sumo Punx, for the guys who don't know.
Well, we're here.
We love sumo and we're punks.
Yeah.
All right.
We love sumo. We drink.
Yeah. The names say themselves.
Pretty much.
Both of us didn't like mess around with that. We weren't like being cute. Like, this is the stuff.
Nothing
we like.
ambiguous.
Oh my gosh! After that intro, though, I think we probably should be like sci-fi, sake and sumo.
Right?
Oh no.
No, because that would we would never shut up. It'd be like 4 hours long.
That is my favorite genre. I would have to say sci-fi and like post-apocalyptic fucking like Mad Max shit. That's my favorite
Nice.
fiction.
For me, it's sci-fi and fantasy because I love what Tolkien called second world creation.
Yeah.
Like you had your normal stories, but then you had to create this whole world where all these new rules take place, and that's my favorite stuff. So I love those things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say fantasy is a close second. I have played a lot of D&D, like we've played D&D together.
Yeah.
You know, Dungeons and Dragons for the uninitiated.
That actually reminds me not to bring this up. I'm sorry, but we will get to the sumo. Matt, I listened to that badass interview you had with Jake Book on Fighting Spirit.
Oh yeah.
Like me, you seem to have a storm, thunder, and lightning thing. We have a lot of common, by the way. I got my Thor's hammer right here inside the storm.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
And the reason I bring this up is because there is a fantasy series called the Stormlight Archives. You would love the out of these books.
Oh hell yeah.
Stormlight
Archives?
Stormlight Archives?
Yes, the Stormlight Archives. You would love the hell out of these. They're giant freaking sagas. I think he has like 4 books right now of them. And
Do they come in audiobook format?
They do, because I have both.
Good.
And the audios are like really good because they're like different perspectives. They're like the first book is 3 people mainly. They have 3 different voices doing it, so it's fantastic.
Nice. Hell yeah. That definitely sounds like right up my alley. Like the whole thing with storms, I don't know what it is. It's like followed me like my whole life. I don't know how it happened, but I'm a child of lightning. What can I say?
Yes, amen. Well, I got the thunder. I'm all about the thunder. Okay, so the reason why we're here today, fans, is because we just had an event this last Saturday in Dallas. It was the first ever Cowboy Cup. I got my pretty shirt. Yeah.
I don't have my shirt on because Corey kept my shirt.
Oh.
And so I need him to send me that. But I did put on a cowboy hat for today.
Hell yeah. My head's too big for hats.
Hey, I thought so too. And I got like this extra large fucking hat that that can like hold like a whole gallon of water. And
I just have a giant buffalo head and just.
Yeah, same. I gotta get like internet hats. I have to buy them from the internet. I can't just like buy them from a store like a normal.
Same.
True.
I can't wear ball caps either. If I try to wear a ball cap, it just looks like a little build yarmulke.
Right, it's like right here, and you're like, and every time I work it, it's like usually a place where I have to wear a hat, and they're like, here you go, and I'm like, okay.
It's like
Distance between the hat and my ears, and I'm like, yeah, I look great.
I worked at a pizza joint, and then the owner actually started making pizza shuttle bandanas just for people like me that had too big of heads. He was like, his name was Hamid. He's like, I'm just getting tired of looking at your head in that tiny hat, bud. I'm making you a bandana.
Hey, at least he was honest.
So, yes, we were all at this tournament. It was the first one ever. It was taking place during Dallas, Fort Worth FitCon that they had.
FitCon, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know who in FitCon thought it was a great idea to have a June Texas event.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, this has been, like we're breaking records right now with this.
Yeah, it all feels like the summer started a month early. Like,
Yeah.
Last month felt like June. This feels like July.
It does.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm fine with this as long as September is colder than normal. And if September is like in the 90s, I'll be happy.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But the whole if the rest of the summer stays like this, I'm dead. I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
Got my AC bill running up.
I'm just gonna be naked. I'm sorry. That's just how it's going.
I make it half the time. I put on clothes for you guys. I literally was like, snap. Let me go put.
You know
You
what's
have to.
Yeah, I was about to say usually, and I'm wearing clothes for you guys because usually when we record, I'm in the Mawashi. So-
I was in like a crop top before we started this. No bra.
And I am very much a naked person, but I was trading stories, or not stories, but I was messaging with Cornelius, and he was just like, hey, how come I haven't seen you at any events? Are you doing all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing cool. And he was like, how come you don't wear traditional? Why do you just wear the? I was like, I'm modest, and then I was trying to show him a picture of me because I used to be in a lot of punk bands when I was younger. So there's this picture of me in a basement. There's a whole bunch of people in a mosh pit, and there's me just standing there butt naked. You can't see anything, but you can tell I'm just standing there naked. And I was trying to tell him, see, I'm not afraid of public nudity or anything like that. I'm just, but anyway.
showing Cornelius that.
I realized because I realized right after that.
Like,
No,
shit.
he did. He accidentally started video chatting me and was like, oops. And I was like, I could imagine he was trying to just get that off his screen and accidentally hit video chat. I was like, I'm sorry.
Make it go away.
Shout out to you, Mr. Cornelius.
I'm sorry, Corny.
Love Corny.
Oh, hilarious.
But we should also mention, since we're about to go in this tournament, in August, Iron Belly in Florida.
Oh, nice segue.
I would not
that's
be
why I love
able
this
to
man.
make it because I'm spending my money going to Alabama in July. However, I will get out there, Florida. I will get out there because I can't wait to wrestle you guys at the Iron Belly some year. Keep having it.
Yes.
I know there's a couple of Floridians that I want to test my mettle against.
Yeah, same. I love it. Those
Also,
guys
what
are
a cool name for a tournament.
Yeah, Iron Belly.
Iron Belly, isn't that great?
It
Love
is.
What is an
This is
iron?
gonna smack mine like this.
I don't have an iron belly.
Actually,
See,
or iron belly.
this is my cast iron belly. This is my walk.
Oh my gosh, that's right. The Cowboy Cup.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
we were at that thing.
Oh, God.
Okay, so let's start it off. Like I said, it was hot as heck. It was fantastic events. Shout out to Corey and everybody who worked really freaking hard on it.
Seriously,
I mean-
shout out to Corey. I know everybody saw, they see the live stream and stuff like that, but like, really, if you look, like, if you were there and to see the professionalism of the setup, like Sumo Kaboom and Tachiai, it was well done. And I mean, people don't really realize how hard it is to do some of these tournaments.
Yeah.
And before we get into like the actual tournament, like just the production of it, I just want to give Corey a huge shout out, and all the people with Dallas Sumo that helped organize that. That was solid.
It was pretty amazing. That was my first tournament, and it's probably going to be the tournament by which I judge all others. But I thought it was a well-oiled machine, and Corey is a damn miracle worker with that, because being able to run that tournament and wrestle, that was.
I know, right? Like you could see he was like, he had the anxiety cranked all the way up to like 11, but he was still fucking like.
And he was taking it out on the opponent.
Right?
And having ran, nationals last year, myself, and then being in the tournament, I get it. And it's, you really shouldn't be in the tournament because it's tough to switch from like coordinator mode, and then you're like, and then they call your name and you have to like switch right back into competitive mode. That's freaking difficult.
Yeah.
It's freaking difficult, which is why I took third that year, I think it was.
I want to point out, like, when I came on the scene, the sumo scene, way later than I wanted to, but when I came on the sumo scene, there was nothing going on. there was I watched the World Championships in Japan in 2019, and it was like staring at somebody's crotch on the live stream. It was terrible. And nobody knows what's going on. It was bad. So
I remember that.
Yeah, in my first tournament, I was like, Tom, let me do this, and I recorded it. We didn't go live, but I recorded it and I edited it up, and I had 2 different angles, and it honestly looked without. I have to toot my own horn, and I feel like a jackass, but it looked professional as hell.
Nice.
It looked like a fucking thing that you would see on ESPN and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And a lot of people got really excited about it, and then and I was like, fuck yeah, I have raised the bar. And then Justin showed up with the Constance Cup, and he had this beautiful live stream, and he had segues and commercials and stuff. Raised the bar.
I was the
again.
first to live stream.
And then Corey shows up and has raised the bar yet again.
Yes.
And now me and Justin had to find a way to fucking top him, and I don't know how to do that, Justin. We're gonna have to talk because I don't know how to do it.
Could you imagine if you were to combine all of your powers into like one production, like the skills that you have and the skills that Justin has and the skills that Corey has, and just like all 3 of you get together to like make something happen? I mean,
some sort of transformer of sumo coverage.
A Voltron of sumo coverage, yeah. It's so awesome.
And I'll form the head.
And I'll form the head. Beautiful. I love that.
I'll just be the green left foot. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, the energy sword is just made out of slow-mo footage.
Cowboy Cup, we had to get back to the Cowboy.
Oh yeah. But no, seriously, Corey, miracle worker, and like I really was impressed with how smooth it went and how well he just coordinated everything. It was pretty badass. I was very impressed.
I agree. And so it started around 11. It was 11, right? No, noon.
Yeah.
It was about.
We were there early as fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, about the competition started. It was about like say high 90s in the shade at that point, and it started with lightweights, which Justin competed in. And let's see here, I got the lightweight results right here, and it looks like Justin got second place.
Second place. Well, I mean, Speaking of lightweights, like there was quite a number of competitors. I think there was about 10 or 11, and a lot of new guys. The 2 new guys out of the Arlington group, they came in. I could tell one was a wrestler, and like there's kind of buff guys. I was like, oh shit, okay, let's keep our eye on these ones. And then I brought 2 guys from Dark Circle, Keith and Josiah, and it was quite the Oh, sorry, Keith, Josiah. I brought 3. Sorry, and Chad. My bad. So yeah, there was a total of 4 of us. And dude, it was great competition. I went into it knowing who I thought I'd see in the finals, and it happened. And JJ from San Diego, I think in competition, I had never beat him. And I've been training for Worlds, and I've gotten significantly stronger since the last time we met. And and I'm glad that he did acknowledge that afterwards. He was like, Jesus, Justin, like you're feeling way strong. I was like, oh, okay, yes. So I beat, I went undefeated all the way till the end. JJ lost one to me. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, it was to me. I was like, to Chad?
You lost one. I mean, he lost once to you, and you lost twice to him.
Yeah. So yeah. And so all I had to do was beat him once, but literally something about when the announcer was like, all Justin has to do is beat him once, and he got going. No, for real. Like I was in a good zone. I was in a seriously good zone, but when I think about like what that match means, it gets into your head, and you know, every pro tells you is like you know, when it's day like 12 or 13, and maybe it's like a guy who they thought would never win, or like a Kaisei or somebody like who's about to go gold or something, or who's about to, you know, take the U show. But they tell you like, I just take it one match at a time, because if you think too much about the gold, about like, holy crap, all I got to do is win this one and I'm good, it consumes you. And we saw what happened.
Hey, no, your first match is good. He just beat you. That first match you had was good.
No. The first match was
in the final 2 matches, your first match was good.
Well, here's the like.
You just got.
I got in with a left on his belt, but after I rewatched it, like, it was just a really stupid mistake, because I had a great setup and I had all the rest of the ring to like, I had a whole rest of the ring to play with. And what do I do with the only like the 20% of the ring? I open up to try to throw him into 80% of the ring. Like, it didn't even work. So I pull sideways and he was just smart. Like, I was already trapped and he just put straight into me and out. I was like,
yeah, that was a good move.
And then the second one
you didn't look great.
Well, that one I told myself, and I think you can ask Kyle Ferreter. I turned to him and I was like, I'm gonna do Oshizumo. Like, I'm gonna straight push him. Man, watch it in slow motion. My left hand, like right off the touch, I was like, ha! And he was like, I completely missed him. I went to go push him. I completely missed him. My arm goes over him, and I was like, yeah, this is over. Like, he was done. I went way over him, and I was like, well, maybe I can at least grab a belt, but like, it was over. So that one was just a complete mess up. But
it's all right, man. It's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, watching you guys was fucking impressive though, because the way that you were like attacking and defending it, you guys just looked like a couple of like mean tarantulas, just like fucking battling. And then like
is a full on chess match. And
it is, yeah, just limbs. I could tell it could be that both of you had like this look of intense focus and concentration, but limbs flying everywhere, and that was so fucking cool. Like Sabrina and I like rewound it a couple of times. I'm like, did you see that? Did you see that? And it was, oh man, like I was like super. I love watching like the frenetic pace, you know, of lightweight, you know, because me, I'm just like a big plotting Godzilla kind of guy, and I just push and I drive, you know. But you guys are just like, wow.
Yeah, lightweight is lightning fast. It's just You kind of do have to watch it in slow motion to be like, what the fuck just happened?
So there was another lightweight you did really well. We had Chad.
Yeah, let's highlight some lightweight.
So good work, Chad. He's starting to look. If you remember, if y'all have ever watched any of our amateur stuff, I said Chad should be top 5 in the nation in lightweights. I'm not joking. He's that good. I've seen him in practice. He just hadn't shown up for tournaments yet.
Yeah.
This is the first time where you saw it.
Yeah.
So the guy.
Actually, I thought when we were going for a second, like him and I fought for a second